HawkFanatic.com, brought to you by Patrick Eads and his staff at Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Mike's E-Keys for Cars. I got to see him. Jan's car fob is screwed up. Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip. I'll be calling you, Mike, when I can. GT Car and his great crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Supple's Flowers, the home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Harty and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Diamond Dreams Sports Academy. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Ox Yoke Inn in the Amanas. Streets Maintenance. Rebuilding and plumbing and tower work here at the station. They did that yesterday. Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids, and Big Dog Tech Solutions. Here's Tom Suter, and from Hawkfanatic.com, Pat Harty, who called up yesterday and wondered if we were going to take him off the air today.
I couldn't remember if what you did yesterday was today or tonight. I didn't want to schedule stuff.
Yeah.
And then say, oh, well, sorry, we're not.
I mean, we can take this off the air real fast.
Boop.
We're supposed to have Kennedy Blades is supposed to be calling in. And
It's a great name.
it is a great name.
Yeah.
That is a great name, especially for an athlete.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be calling in at 5 after 9 or so. So, I mean.
It'd be a good name for a knife thrower, too.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of Mookie Betts?
And the fan?
Grabbing for the ball. And
Yeah,
the fan,
that fan will never be allowed in. I wonder how much he paid for those seats.
I don't know, but he shouldn't be allowed in again.
No, I mean, that was pure fan. And he was deliberately trying to do it. He was trying to impact the outcome of that play, which, that was not good.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And the Yankees ended up winning on a grand slam, right?
Yeah.
So it's 3-1. I haven't watched. I watched.
Got a long ways to go, though.
Yeah, I mean, if they end up doing that, more power to them.
At least Bomber had one.
This could be. Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're always thinking local.
Sure.
Hello.
Hi, this is Kennedy.
All right. Well, good morning, Kennedy. Thank you for joining us. First off.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. You got Tom Suter, you got Pat Harty. Go ahead.
Yeah, so first let's take you through a little bit of your career, Kennedy, because many people don't know. 2021 Junior World Team member, the first young woman to win an Illinois State Championship. 2020 Olympic Trials runner-up at age 17. 2018 and 19 Super 32 champion, 2018 and 19 Fargo champion and outstanding wrestler, 2018 Cadet Pan Am champion, and now as a young adult. Wrestled for the very popular Sunkissed Kids Wrestling Club. Third place at the 2024 Grand Prix of Spain. 2023 Under-23 World Silver Medalist and Junior World Bronze Medalist. 2023 U.S. Open Champion. And the 2024 Paris Olympic Silver Medalist.
And may I add one more thing?
Yes.
A great name. We were talking about that before you came on. We love your name. I mean, it's just great for... So, all right, well, Tom, do you have a question?
Yes, my first question, Kennedy, is what in the world did it feel like to have the entire world watching you at the Olympics?
No, yeah, it was an amazing feeling. I mean, of course, like in the moment, I wasn't really thinking about it. I just knew I wanted to represent the U.S. The best way possible. But like just honestly, like wrestling in the Olympics, just feeling that energy that Team USA gave. I mean, the fans were insane. Every direction I looked, I just saw a U.S. flag somewhere, and they were just screaming and roaring and yelling Team USA and stuff like that. So it was amazing to just experience, and it felt like I wasn't only wrestling for myself, but I was wrestling for my country, and I had a job to do. And so, I was basically going to war with the girls to, try to win an Olympic silver medal. But, yeah, it was amazing. I loved it so much. And then all the messages I got from people saying that they woke up at 4 in the morning to watch.
Yeah, you bet.
Like,
Yep.
I was like, yeah, like, those are real supporters, so I love that.
I want to go back to the very beginning. I've been doing some research. You started off at age 4 doing what, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm just curious, how has that helped you as a wrestler? Because I know when we had Spencer Lee on, his parents were big into judo.
Very much.
And he started doing that, and he said it made it easier to do the transfer. I mean, can I assume it's helped you?
Yeah, the transfer was definitely a lot easier because, I mean, it's pretty similar, but not really. I just remember one of the first practices that I did for jiu-jitsu, you have to be on your back so you don't get, like, rear naked choke. But in wrestling, you're supposed to be on your stomach, like in folk style. So I remember getting pretty confused for the first few weeks. I was like, I keep hitting myself. Like, but it was kind of funny. But, yeah, me and my sister were so dominant against the boys in jiu-jitsu that, you know, we always had that drive since we were younger. So, yeah, the transition was so easy. And I think just the fact that, you know, you still need to take them down and stuff, that was very similar to wrestling. And just the different movements that we have to do, like just consistent moving in jiu-jitsu is very similar to wrestling. So I adapted pretty quickly, and, yeah, we just started taking off with wrestling.
So how competitive are you and your twin sister, Karina?
We are actually pretty competitive without even thinking to. I mean, we don't just, like, try to beat each other, like, in wrestling, but, like, even in the classroom, or if my parents tell us to do something, like, we just try to excel whatever, or even, like, making better dishes, like, you know what I mean? So it's really funny, but it honestly drives us to be the best version of ourselves. And so I'm so grateful that I even have a sister that's super close in age, whereas, like, you know, maybe siblings with 2 years apart and stuff, like, it's a little different, but yeah, it's great, and she's awesome. But honestly, with the wrestling part, if we were the same weight, I mean, my sister is so good at wrestling, it almost scares me. Like, I always say that I'm never, ever afraid to wrestle anyone, like, never, no matter the age or anything. But the only person I'm actually kind of afraid of is my sister, because, like, she's deadly. I mean, her speed, her technique is insane, so... Yeah,
it stays in the family.
I think I could still beat her.
I want to ask you, what was it like defeating boys in high school? I mean, that just doesn't happen very often. How did they take it? And what was that like? That had to be the ultimate feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, every time. So when I was younger, when we got to high school, me and my sister, that's when we only wrestled girls.
Okay.
But before then, we only wrestled guys. I mean, maybe the only time we wrestled girls was to make the world team.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, it was, we did it our whole lives, that it was normal. My dad, you know, my parents never took us to a tournament that they believed we couldn't win. And we would drive to, like, all these places. We would go to the toughest tournaments, to Tulsa Nationals, to preseason nationals, all these tournaments, and we would win. But it was like a normal one for us. It was like we were expected to, you know, because we trained so hard and we had so much dedication to sport. But then when you win like those like other, like when I won state for the first time, like I expected myself to win that, but I was like, wait a second, this is a pretty big accomplishment. Like, you're the first to ever do that. So sometimes I take a step back and I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty impressive. But then you go back into, like, you know, wrestling, because when I would train with the guys, you know, like Coach Izzy and Coach Jose, like they, you know, they pushed me to past my limits and stuff. So, yeah, I always expected myself to, like, win. And even when I train with guys now, like, I do not take it easy, or I don't take it to heart that, like, you know, like, oh, they're just a guy, so I'm expected to lose. No, I'd go out there and I try to destroy them. So it's a pretty good mindset.
That's what you gotta have.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what you have. And you mentioned your parents. It sounds like they've played a big role in helping you get to where you are right now. You say taking to tournaments, the amount of time that it takes to help somebody who's involved in a sport like this as much as you and your sister have been.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they're my biggest supporters, and all the sacrifices. Like, this was not an easy road at all. And, you know, we didn't have, like, you know, the best crazy money. So, money was obviously tight, and they had to make certain sacrifices. And I'm so grateful for them that, they were able to help me get to where I am.
So for somebody who's never seen you wrestle, how would you describe your style?
I would describe my style as, first, I think I'm pretty exciting because I try to make it exciting. So I'm definitely a shooter because I like taking shots and I like taking people down.
That's what the people like watching.
I'm explosive for sure. Like, I use a lot of power with, like, my doubles and stuff. And I think I'm pretty fast. And, yeah. I think just aggressive and explosive and quick.
Well, that's what I've seen on the video. Yes, I mean your athleticism
very much so.
Your athleticism stands out very much. I mean it's so obvious. And as somebody who watches wrestling, it is more fun when the wrestlers are on the attack. You brought it up. Do you look at yourself as sort of an entertainer? I know your objective is to win, but do you look at it as entertainment too? Because you are sort of a pioneer in this sport. I mean, you and your teammates, you're in the infancy of this women's college wrestling. Do you look at entertainment as part of it?
Yeah, for sure. I think what's going to be super fun is this college season. I'm really going to try to make it really exciting because, why not?
Sure.
And also, I think, I don't want to sound like this, but basically, sometimes when you watch a wrestling match, it's hard to, like, stay focused in the match when it's boring. So
yes.
I don't want to be like that person, and every time I get off the mat and it's, like, maybe a close match, I'm like, are you serious, Kennedy? Like, I really try to, because people take the time to watch me, and I want to put on a show. Like, Coach Izzy always said, Kennedy, go out there and just put on a show. And my dad said ever since I was younger, just score after you score. Like, no matter what, no matter if you get the takedown, no matter if you get taken down, even if you think you tech them, just keep going. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Nonstop wrestling. And so, growing up, I learned a lot of chain wrestling, a lot of techniques. So, I mean, might as well, like, showcase it on the mat. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I get to do that. And then sometimes if I have to rewatch myself wrestle, like on YouTube or Flow or something, and I don't perform the way I want to, I'm just like, are you serious, Kennedy?
Well,
this is my sister.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's nice to hear from you. I mean, this is so cool.
This is totally cool.
The relationship you two have. I'll ask you, how fortunate do you feel to have a sister? I mean, to have somebody so close to you in life. I mean, it's not everybody gets to experience that.
No, I think it's awesome. I just, just having someone that I grew up with and watching her, accomplish her dreams and being right by her through everything. Like, since we started jiu-jitsu and wrestling, like, it's just awesome to have, like, someone like that could watch literally, like, accomplish her dream from the start. Like, her dream was to do this ever since she was young, and I think it's just amazing to watch.
Well, didn't she say earlier that you're the only one she sort of fears?
She sort of fears wrestling you because your technique is just so incredible. Is this true?
But she fears no one else.
Yeah, she does say that a lot. We don't really wrestle each other much, so I think she has a lot of, like, the power and the speed and aggressiveness, and I don't know. We wrestle differently, but I don't know. We kind of avoid wrestling each other.
Well, Tom, you were asked about. I mean, we can ask both. About
oh yeah,
that.
Okay. So I'll ask you both. We've asked a lot of athletes this question, and we've gotten some really interesting answers to it. So you guys burn up so many calories wrestling and preparing and everything.
Weightlifting and everything.
Yeah, so I mean, your whole lives are kind of based around that. Are you able to sit down and eat a pepperoni pizza with your friends, or do you have to be real careful with what you put in your body?
Yeah, I eat a lot of the worst stuff because I thank God for my metabolism, and also, like, I go up a weight class, so I just, like, last night I actually just had a pepperoni pizza. So, and we wrestled this weekend. But I need to check my weight for sure. But, me and my sister, we eat a lot.
Yeah, I think just growing up, we kind of were, I mean, we did do the cutting weight,
Yep.
Everything like that growing up, but then I think at some point we just kind of like not cutting weight, so... Yeah.
Do you guys know?
That's
I'm
great.
just curious. Do you guys have any idea how many on a typical wrestling day training? How many calories you do burn during the course of a day?
Man, Yeah, we don't know. We train at least twice a day, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
and
we
they're
have
pretty
to
tough workouts, so I'm assuming a lot of calories.
So
Yeah,
what's a
that's a
typical
lot.
workout for you guys? When you say you train, what's a typical workout?
So basically we have, like right now I just got finished with lifting.
Okay.
And yes, we had our lift, we had our team lift, and then right now, actually right after I get off this call, we are going to have practice. And since we wrestled this weekend,
That's what I want to talk to you about.
Open, we've been doing live this whole week. We're gonna taper tomorrow, and then Friday we leave. But then sometimes I come in at night, like around 8 or 9 p.m., and I do like dummy throws, jump rope, so my speed work and my footwork. So yeah, pretty much we have lifting and then team practice, and then I just come in at night and do some footwork and my speed work, and then I also do technique with my friends. So we're going to have to do the same way, right? Yeah, pretty much.
And the season starts this week, and you'll be in Indianola, right?
What happened?
The season starts this weekend, right, in Indianola?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about.
It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, and then we'll let you go. I know you're really busy. Well, we have one last question we can ask both of you. That's not sports related, but we want to promote this weekend. Just talk about finally getting a chance to go out there and represent the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially to put on the singlet for the first time, and my gosh, I was talking to my friend earlier actually today. That I don't know, there's something about just representing Iowa and the Hawkeyes in general. It's just the aura is insane, it's crazy, and I'm just really excited.
Okay, very well said, and good luck. And this has been fun getting to know you and your sister. And Tom, you take it away with our last question. Thanks again to both of you, and good luck with everything in your lives. Thank you.
Okay, so here's the question, ladies. Okay, your phone rings, and it's Beth Getz, University of Iowa athletic director. And he said, okay, you guys, we really need your help. And I want you guys to answer individually, okay? Kennedy, this is Beth. As I said, we need some help. We need Kennedy Blades to hire somebody to fill up Kinnick Stadium, whether it be an act, a band, or a singer. Who is Kennedy Blades going to hire?
Oh, that's a good question. Man, I don't even. Maybe I can bring Michael Jordan because there's quite a bit of Bulls fans in Iowa since you guys don't have a team. But
so Michael, what's Michael? Is Michael going to sing or?
Yeah, Michael is going to sing.
Okay. Well, I think I think a lot of people would come just to check.
Yeah, that's
an interesting answer.
A very interesting answer. We've had far worse and maybe possibly better, conceivably.
But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
So
I think that's fun.
Okay. So, sister Karina, who is Karina Blades going to hire to fill up Kinnick Stadium?
I love music, so I probably would pick a singer and probably be Rihanna.
Oh, nice choice.
Yeah. I figured I know you'd love that choice.
Oh yeah, that's an outstanding choice. We've had, oddly enough, I think the worst answer we ever had was from a wrestler, Spencer Lee.
The theme song from Pokemon.
Oh my God!
So if you run into Spencer, just give him a little goose about that, because that was not the best answer anyway. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Best of luck, and you guys are awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys so much. Me last minute.
You bet.
That was great.
Was fun.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
That was fun.
They're great. I
think we were keeping her for practice, but I appreciate Matt Weitzel in Iowa for letting us do that, because they do practice right about now.
Now the Michael Jordan thing, that's interesting.
Well,
that's a different approach.
It is. Would he? There'd be a lot. I'd be like, hey,
there'd be a lot of people.
Michael Jordan's making an appearance at Kinnick Stadium. I mean, he could go there and juggle. He could go there and read books.
Juggle.
He could go there and
he could have
bring his NASCAR team.
Yeah.
He could have a 3-point shooting contest
with Caitlin. That would definitely fill it up.
So, I mean, if you get creative with that, that could turn out to be a great answer.
Would Rihanna would
fill it. Yeah.
Isn't she the one? Is she the billionaire?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Rihanna would.
She could just fill
absolutely fill up.
She could fill it with $100 bills.
I think more than a billionaire.
Wow. Because she's got a
Billions.
clothing line, right, or something like that?
Yeah, and perfume and.
Hey.
And I don't believe that Rihanna would sit down and eat a pepperoni pizza with you either.
But that was funny. You could tell
Why?
those two really.
Why
Oh,
would
yeah,
it?
why not?
I don't think she would.
I think she would. I think she would.
I think she'd be worried about what she's putting into her body and have, those green
Some
shakes.
people
that
can eat
drink.
anything and they look good.
But she also may get up and, burn.
And then there's me.
She also may get up and burn 500 calories
Yeah.
exercising.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, she's all over the stage.
I had 2 Rice Krispie squares left. You know, Hy-Vee sells those Rice Krispie things with chocolate, but they usually sell them in like 8 packs, and that's the last thing I need is 8 of those. But yesterday they had by the register, they had little 2 packs of them. So I love those things. I could eat those forever. But I had 2 little squares last night, and they were good. But no, I thought it was funny. She said she had a pepperoni pizza just last night. But I'm guessing they have to burn 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 calories a day.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I mean, because like if I go on a pretty aggressive 5-mile, 6-mile walk, I can burn 400 to 500.
That's all?
Yeah, it's not. That's why exercising ain't that fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take 2 minutes eating like a Rice Krispie thing, and it'll take an hour of walking pretty intensely to burn those. I mean, that's why so many people are heavy. Mm-hmm. It's not a fair game. We're losing the game in calories versus, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Captain doesn't care.
Pepperoni pizza versus
What do I care?
What do you care?
Well, yeah, what do I care?
Yeah.
Who am I trying to impress?
Nobody.
So you don't think Kennedy would be impressed with your physique?
No. No, not at all.
No, but I was told that she was fun to talk to, and now
Yeah, and she
was.
just
She's
fun to
both
talk
of
to.
them.
Yeah,
She and her
both of them
sister were great.
Well, it was great that she brought her sister
Yeah,
down there too.
yeah.
No, that was fun.
That
was fun. And now I said Kalen Walker is coming out here to do this in studio.
You're going to race them?
Well, Suter says that he could beat him with a 30-yard head start in a 40-yard.
I would think I would have a chance.
I think you would have a chance. I mean, as fast as this kid, we'll see what this kid. What if this kid says, "No way, you guys, let's go out there." We're out there on the cement gravel running. I don't think Iowa would like
On the
that.
gravel.
I'll tell you what, though, I thought that was a neat promo. I thought it was cool for Iowa to do that at the halftime of the. I mean, because a lot of people have talked about it. A lot.
Oh
of
no, that was fun.
a lot, and he delivered. He ran really fast.
Boy, did he!
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. But of course, right away, does he have any hands? Can he run a? I mean, seriously, it was all. Can he run the post pattern? Can he go third? Can he go 8 yards on a third and 7? Got all the rhetoric. It was funny. I mean, they're sort of joke, but some of them were probably saying, "God." My guess is Kalen Walker is probably faster than any college football player in the country.
Oh,
unless there's 1 or 2 track phenoms that also play.
Of course, when you put pads on,
Well,
it
it's
becomes
different.
a
But what I'm
different
saying,
animal.
though, is any football player who's super, super, super fast in football, if they ran against Kalen Walker in a
They
40,
would lose.
They would lose. Even
Oh,
the fastest.
without question.
Well, there may be 1 or 2 that are also track phenoms that double. I mean, Deion Sanders ran track.
I mean, Kalen
He
had
ran a
the
10.09.
and he had the second fastest 40 time in history.
Yeah.
Just in Kinnick Stadium.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I know it was handheld.
It was hand time, but yeah, no,
unofficial,
he
but
is
still.
he has world class speed. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you run under 10-1 in the 100, and when you start, I mean, he finished third. I mean, he's got multiple Big Ten accomplishments. No, he's really fast. I just thought that was a cool thing that Iowa did, a way to. I mean, because let's face it, in the stands with all the TV timeouts, those games can drag. I mean, I don't even stand in the stands like you do, but I've talked to friends of mine who said, it's getting harder and harder because the games take so long. There's so many stoppages.
Well, and it's not just that there's so many stoppages. There's so many 3+ minute stoppages.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if they were a minute or a minute and a half, who cares?
Well, and when it's on Fox, it's even more, aren't they?
Yeah,
Aren't they
up to
4
4
to 5?
4.5.
Yeah, I mean, 4.5 minutes. That's a long, especially if you're scrunched in there on a hot day. I mean,
that's
that's why I thought it was cool to give the fans some entertainment at halftime.
And I actually appreciate that when they do stuff like that.
They're thinking of their fans.
And then also to have Lisa and Caitlin
was
and
good.
the team come back was fantastic.
It's also smart for track to do it. Track needs to promote.
Sure.
I mean, I've always said, and I'll talk to Kalen about this, my biggest complaint about college track, it's not a fan-friendly sport. Wouldn't you love, like on a Friday night in May, wow, Iowa's hosting Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Minnesota in a quad over at Kretschmar. Wouldn't you love that?
Sure.
But they can't do it the way it's set up.
Yep.
It just doesn't work that way. I wish it would. I think it would help. I would go and cover. I would love to do stuff like that. And I think that stuff would be I think fans would go to that stuff. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, not like not 20,000
Well, I'm not saying
people,
but I think they would fill. I think they would fill those stands over there.
Yeah, I do too.
And I just think it would be really cool for the sport, but it's just not set up that way. There's just no way they could do it.
Yeah,
not enough time, and the way they build towards certain events, and you've always got the big. It seems like there's always something that they're kind of preparing for down the track with track to where some of the stuff, the more recent stuff, I don't know. That's been one of my biggest disappointments with the way college sports are set up, is because I like watching track and field. I do too. I really do enjoy watching track, especially the sprints. I like watching the long jump, the relays, the mile, the 800. I think it could be a friendly sport in college, but it's just not set up that way. Unless you live in Eugene, Oregon.
I mean, your marathons and your real long races are kind of tedious.
No, I mean, I can get updates, and then I like to watch the sprint to the end. Imagine racing somebody for 26 miles, and it comes down to like a 100-yard sprint. Your body's, it's amazing what those people can do.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so.
Well, my mind doesn't work that way. I mean, why would you want to run 26 miles for any reason whatsoever?
What did Jimmy Street just do?
That.
Yeah,
I thought it was
a
full marathon.
Yeah, because hadn't he done a half marathon prior to that?
Yeah.
He's building up.
I mean,
He's
to
out
me,
of his mind.
Yeah, but
why would you?
I don't know.
I may have a.
I will say this: they got that work done on the.
I may have a
tower
for sure. Have a bathroom
record
sink for
time.
him to unclog. I may be calling for a little plumbing, the plumbing side of Jim Street's.
Yeah.
My neighbor, he was doing some work on my neighbor's basement. She was very happy. He does good work.
Yes, he does.
At a fair price, and the other, he's pretty punctual too.
No, they were.
Oh yeah,
They were here yesterday, and seriously, I thought it was going to take longer. What did it take? 2.5 hours
or so? Yeah.
Yeah, about 2.5.
Didn't you think it was going to take like 4?
I did. No, they came here and put it all together and did it.
What did you guys do while he was here?
Did
you stay here or did you go home?
No, I stayed here.
Stayed here.
But I mean, we were still on. We were on the stream.
Well, you were streaming. I didn't.
And
know.
I had some stuff to do, so I mean, we were somewhat constructive.
There you go. Yeah. Right. Were you out there gawking at him?
No.
Bugging him while I was working?
Nope.
I do that when he comes over.
I had our engineer do that.
When he comes and does work at my house, I follow him around and bug him.
Steve went out and said, "Hurry the F up, marathon
We
man."
got listeners to satisfy. Is that what you said?
No, I never say we satisfy. Quit putting words in my mouth.
But all right. Well, let's see.
Okay, that was great.
The Timberwolves were on last night. I watched for a half, and Luka did not play.
No, not that.
Did he get in the game?
I didn't see the final stuff.
And then the Murrays played, and ironically, I guess maybe not around. Chris outscored Keegan 7-6. So Keegan didn't have obviously one of his better games.
No,
because
Keegan had like 23 points
23,
the game before, didn't he?
And but poor Chris, he's playing on one of the worst teams in the NBA.
And that's too bad. But
he
at least he's getting some time
he's
now.
playing. He played like mid or high 20s in minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
So it looks like he's in their rotation. So, I mean, he's got the nice rookie first round. But for Chris, you just it'll be the challenge will be get that next one that Keegan's already has. And if you're playing this many minutes your second year in, it looks like you're going to have a chance to have that nice second year, that second contract that really gives you generational money.
And if Chris doesn't get that, then he's still got a nice nest egg to move along
Yeah,
with.
but I think with the minutes he's playing now, I think he is. I mean, because think about it. Luka got a decent little contract with hardly playing at all.
He did.
Yeah, so it's God, there's so much money to be made in the league, and I saw Golden State won last night, and then Steph Curry didn't play. I mean, half their players were out.
Yeah.
I'm not into the NBA yet. It's just October's just a little too early.
Well, I've been looking forward to the game tonight, the women's. Exhibition.
Dallas is covered. Dallas. I was going to do it, but then Dallas said he wanted to do it. I think Dallas is really excited. He didn't cover the women at all last year because we had Susan Harmon covering all their games. Now we're going to rotate between me and Dallas, and I think John Bonenkamp may cover the women for us at times with scheduling and stuff. But Dallas is really excited. I think most fans are excited. I think a lot of fans want to see Lucy Olson.
Yeah.
Obviously, and like I said, I've been hearing great things about Tegan Mullaney.
And Ava Hayden's
Ava Hayden's another one. Yeah, you always like seeing the newcomers, but this is a little different when you've got Iowa women. Rarely, this Lucy Olson situation is different. I mean, I mean, they haven't had a situation where they got a 23-point score coming from a different Power 5 school, and it's going to be.
Well, we lose the number 1 scorer and get the number 3 scorers,
yep.
So, and they're very different.
And I want to see how the offense looks compared to these last couple. I'm not saying it's going to look as good, but I still think they're going to try to play fast the way they do. I don't think that's going to change. Jan has said you'll see subtle changes on offense, but as far as tone and tempo and whatever, like when we had Jan on back in August, she said you'll see a lot of the same stuff. I think you might see maybe some different defenses with Jan. I mean, Jan's not going to be just Lisa
and
duplicated.
They have said they may want to put out a press as well.
Yeah, and Jan's going to be herself in some ways, but a lot of what her philosophy will be based on how Lisa did things because it worked.
Yeah. Boy, did it.
Yeah, why?
Of course, things do work with someone like Kalen.
Yeah, it did, but it also worked with Sam
for a
Logic.
long time.
It worked with Kara Consuegra. It worked with Kathleen Doyle. And I mean, Lisa has had way more success than failure as the Iowa women's coach.
Her point guards have been terrific.
Have the Fever announced anything yet? It's going to be Stephanie White.
I would think so.
So there's Bluter.
They haven't announced it.
There's still people saying it's going to be Bluter.
Well,
and
it's not.
I mean, you haven't seen anything on message board.
No.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, she made it pretty clear here. I mean, she kind of took a shot at the WNBA, didn't she?
Well, Lisa doesn't. She wanted to retire. Let her retire. Why would she give up a job that she loved for great money?
That pays 10 times more, and with not.
I mean, I imagine the money's starting to go up.
But it's not going to go up to what she made.
No.
At Iowa, no way.
No.
And so, didn't Lisa say they were planning a trip to Alaska?
I didn't see
I think
that.
she did say they were planning a trip. And that's the big
did.
thing she was going to do was she was going to really get involved in photography, remember? Yeah. That was her other passion. When I asked her if you hadn't gotten into coaching, she says, I would have done something in photography. Which, when she graduated from college 40 years ago, like, there was lots of opportunity. Like, I remember a lot of the photo journal. I mean, newspapers were hiring left. I mean, Now you don't have near as many photojournalists in newspapers.
No, you don't. But it's still out there.
Oh, it's out there.
Like we did a photo session, our family, just the other day with a friend of Amy's who's a professional photographer.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
She's very good at it.
Well, there's a lot of newspaper photographers that would double as stuff like that. They do that on the side for extra money. Yeah, I remember guys that I worked with at the Press Citizen. They were photographers, but they would also shoot weddings and stuff on the side,
exactly.
just to make just like me working for you guys on the side to make extra money.
Yeah,
That's how newspapers started to let that happen more and more as the industry started to struggle, because nobody I didn't get a raise my last 6-7 years at the Press Citizen. I mean, you hit a level and not only did you not get a raise, you took 8 or 9 furloughs. I think I took 8 when I was at the Press Citizen during all my time.
So does that mean just time off without pay?
No, you go and you have to go you have to go do unemployment for a week. It's like you're unemployed for a week, and then hey, we're going to hire you back, and then you collect unemployment for a week.
So they might not hire you back.
Well, we always knew. I mean, you always knew you were going to get hired back, but you still had to file the stuff to get paid. You'd get paid a week of unemployment instead of through Gannett. Oh, it was a pain. It was. They got to know me to, hey, here comes that guy from the Press Citizen. I did it 8 times.
They're still doing it.
Yeah, the Press Citizen. I
don't know about the
nobody here. I don't see anyone from the
newspapers.
The Register and the Press Citizen. It's been a couple years. I remember that one year, they had. I think I remember each of them had to take a month's worth of furloughs. 1 month out of the 12-month. That was a few years back. I don't know. I haven't heard of any furloughs for the
Quad City Times. I've heard.
Oh, they do, but they're not owned by Gannett, or not by Gannett. Whoever owns. Yeah, Gannett still owns.
Yeah, they still own.
Yeah, so, but yeah, no, I did between 2008 and 2014, I took 8 furloughs. So that's 2 months of not being paid.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. And I used to go to that Iowa Works thing right there in what's that little mall there when wrapping around?
Eastdale?
Eastdale, yeah. That's where, I don't know if it's still there, the Iowa Works department. That's where I'd have to go and fill out the.
I think it's in Coralville now or something.
I don't know.
And you would end up getting a check for 1 week of unemployment. It wasn't as much as your check for working, but it was better than nothing.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you just show up the next Monday, and it was as if it never happened. It was really bizarre.
And speaking of better than nothing, this show will continue, and we're going to take a quick break, and hopefully Kalen Walker will be joining us at around the top of the hour. We'll be right back.
1,
1-800-800-ROSE.
1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country.
1-800-800-ROSE.
It's so easy. Just remember one number, 1-800-800-ROSE, your FTD florist.
1-800-800-ROSE.
Remember,
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Hertine and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HertineandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
When someone is kind enough to share their time with us, we better make it worth their while.
They don't want to do people call it the game, right?
Patrick Eads and Terry Adams of Dairy Brothers Ford talk about what Here For You means to them.
You don't have to spend a half a day in our dealership to get that good competitive price. We just want to try to deliver that to you up front.
And that makes me feel good, makes me proud.
Because that's what people want. They want a fair, honest deal.
As far as a statement Here For You, we want to not just say it, but live it.
Find out what it means to you at Deary Ford in Iowa City.
GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supple's.net or call them today at 319-337-2246. When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches, and special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location, and no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at MidtownFamily.com. The family's waiting for you.
Diamond Dream Sports Academy, 20,000 square foot indoor facility, holds 8 batting cages, space for infield work, space for throwing and pitching and all your arm care needs. Offers private instruction, group lessons, camps and clinics, leagues, memberships. Rentals available at Diamond Dreams is open to the public.
Our top level instructors include former professional, college, and Olympic athletes. Our coaches will help these athletes achieve their full athletic potential, develop a strong work ethic, and a solid base to build. The last thing you want to do is look back and wish you had worked or played harder.
Locally owned and established in 2005, Diamond Dreams is Eastern Iowa's premier training facility. Located at 2905 Stoner Court, North Liberty. Call today and reserve your time. 319-665-2173. 319-665-2173.
This is Leah Pesha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier, for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's going to love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next private party? Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip offers your guests the ideal setting that seats up to 80 people for special events ranging from retirement parties, birthdays, University of Iowa departmental parties, dinner rehearsals, corporate events, graduations, baby showers, reunions, and fundraisers. Forget the bland, lifeless hotel ballrooms. Tavern Blue offers 4 private party packages featuring delicious foods, amazing drinks, fun entertainment, a large venue, and easy booking. For more information on your next party room, drop by Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip or contact them on their website, tavernblue.com. Eat, drink, and play at Tavern Blue.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Dear U of I, just a note to let you know if you're ever thinking about selling Kinnick Stadium or Carver Hawkeye Arena, please consider Hawkeye Title and Settlement. We're here to provide efficient, high-quality real estate title and closing services. Signed, Hawkeye Fan Forever, and send. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Whether it's a large commercial property or if you're buying your first home, remember we're here to help. Hawkeye Title and Settlement Services of Iowa City. You'll love our team just like you love the Hawks.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen and bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
Hanging lights is a pain. Dealing with blown bulbs, dangerous installations, and the endless rat's nest of cords, there's got to be a better way, and now there is. Illuma Lights permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Illuma Lights provides illumination for every occasion. Holiday lighting, accent lights, security, and of course, lighting for the best season, football season. The Illuma Lights app lets you create your own patterns with color, motion, brightness, and static control over every individual light, or use Big Dog's presets to transform your home or business. The professionally installed track system makes Illuma Lights LEDs virtually disappear until you turn them on. Rated at 50,000 hours, you'll enjoy stress-free convenience for years to come. No more ladders, no more hooks, no more wifey's dirty looks. That's the song you'll be singing all year long with Illuma Lights permanent outdoor lighting from Big Dog Tech. Find out more at BigDogTek.net or call 319-395-0800.
Football fans, this is Bill Leixenring of the Oxyoke Inn. We are on your way to or from the game. We're ready to serve you with the same quality food and customer service you've come to trust for over 80 years. The Oxyoke Inn is serving our famous Sunday brunch buffet with lunch, dinner, banquets, and carry-out daily. From our Oxyoke family to yours, we can't wait to see you again soon in the heart of Amana.
The Oxyoke Inn.
Ooh,
hello.
Standing around the candy in the basket, just talking.
Talking about life.
Yeah, we're back.
And like I said, I'm going to be kind of getting up every once in a while, look out the window to make sure.
He could be running.
Although
here.
if he gets, wouldn't that be great? If he gets this
He
far,
runs here.
If he gets this far, it's pretty easy to see this place. If you got,
oh yeah,
well yeah, there's towers.
Just look at the
there.
4 towers and Jim Street on top waving. Is he on top waving right now?
Yeah.
And I would think with GPS, it's pretty easy to.
People find it.
Yeah.
That's Global Public Square. That's what's his name on CNN every Saturday morning. What's it? Fareed.
Yeah.
Global Public Square. So, but yeah, no, he's supposed to be coming out here around 10. This will be fun. That interview with Kennedy Blades was fun. And yesterday we had Kirk, and it looks like Cade suffered the concussion on the play, we thought. Yeah. And Kirk said they didn't diagnose it at the time. That's why he continued to play. And I don't want this to sound heartless. I think in a way this injury has made it. It's not a season ending, and he'll be back. But it's made it because I do think the gap was being narrowed, and I do think were seriously considering making a change. And I think this has made it a lot easier and maybe eliminated some of the potential awkwardness, if that makes sense.
Do you think he'll be back?
I think, Kirk made it sound like he'll be back. The hope was that he'd be back next week. It takes time to get out of concussion protocol.
Will he be a starter?
Let's see what happens Saturday.
Yes, exactly.
Sullivan has a great opportunity. This is what I wrote yesterday. The bar's not set real high. He doesn't have to come out and be Tom. He doesn't even have to come out and be Nate Stanley. He comes out, they win. He throws for 120 yards and runs for 40. He's starting the next week. Because if not, the fans will just. I know they're at UCLA, but for that last Nebraska game, if he had played well and they replace him with Cade, the fans will. It'll be ugly.
Yeah.
But a lot depends. Now, if Sullivan comes out and throws 2 first-half interceptions, they lose. Then I say you go into that next week, open competition. Wide open. And my guess is under those, they would probably give Cade another chance, don't you think?
And fair enough.
If Sullivan comes out there and just doesn't play well. So there's a lot riding on this game for him individually. This is an opportunity. This is when some guys This is when sometimes you get beat out and never get a chance to get their job.
That's right.
They say you shouldn't lose your job to injury. Well, sometimes it happens.
The Wally Pip. Baseball.
And that would be partly Cade's fault because the bar has not been set very high.
No, it hasn't.
And it's going to be interesting to see how much Sullivan does run Saturday because, man, he keeps being reminded about what a great runner he is and what a better runner he is than Cade and how it gives him another dimension. That was so much of the narrative yesterday. Hey, you can run, and it'll be interesting to see because you don't want him to overdo it.
No.
They're not going to win these last 5 games.
If he's running 20,
if he's running even 15, he's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to have to throw the ball in some tight windows and be a Division I quarterback.
Yeah. And he can stake his claim for next year early on. Be by far the.
Oh yes, I mean he's also auditioning for next year. If he plays really well down this stretch, that's going to impact what they do in the portal. I still think they'll go to the portal because I think they may lose a quarterback or two because that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
they got the kid coming in from Indiana, Jimmy Sullivan. But you need more quarterbacks. It'll be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, no, this is a huge opportunity for Brandon Sullivan.
2 Sullivans.
Yeah. What do you think of that? What are you, anti-Irish? You kicking my people now?
There's an old saying out there, an old Irish saying.
You've never liked the Irish, have you, Captain?
Yeah, they piss me off. No.
No, there's an old Irish saying. You can always tell a Sullivan, but you can't tell him much.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
We used to have an O on our name. Our name used to be O Harty, and I asked my dad. They dropped it, and I asked him why, and he said because we're lazy and it was just extra writing. A lot easier writing
and
Harty.
And that apostrophe would
well, he said the apostrophe's annoying.
Be
it's a lot easier just writing Harty than O Harty, and I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't.
You don't have any thought on that at all.
I have no thought on that.
Okay. All right. Then the women play. Who is it? Is it Missouri?
It's Missouri
Western.
Western, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, and that is at 7:00.
6:30.
6:30. And I wonder.
Possibility of rain a lot.
But they're playing inside.
Well, no, I understand, but.
No, I know. What if they're playing at Kinnick? Imagine.
I would call in sick.
What's your estimate on fans? Will it just be stuffed to the rafters?
Oh, no. I don't think so, but it'll...
You think they'll be over 13?
No.
10?
No.
Jeez.
I think 8.
Man, hear that, Iowa fans? Prove this hater wrong. Show up in droves.
I could be wrong. I'll say 8.
Okay. What if way more show up and then a lot of them are just lashing out at you in your seat?
Son of a bitch, hater.
Throwing popcorn at you. You going to get a tenderloin?
That popcorn could
hurt
you.
We'll eat ahead of time today.
All right.
We'll probably grab a beer, I would guess, to be polite.
That's one each?
Yeah.
$25?
Ish, yeah.
I like that. Almost 30 with a tip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of that, Captain?
I think it stinks it's on BTN Plus.
I know. But that's why I told Dallas, I mean, give some, tweet out what's going on, and because a lot of people won't be watching that game.
No.
And a lot of people are going to want to know about the newcomers, and it'll be interesting to see how Lucy runs the point. Because I don't think Caitlin's a natural point guard, where Lucy, to me, is more of a natural shooting guard. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I think she'll be real good. She's not Caitlin, as you say, but my guess is we won't see quite of the 40-foot passes.
Well, no, I mean, you're not going to see that.
Yeah.
I
just don't think we're going to see that. But
no, I mean, Caitlin is sort of the Magic Johnson of her era, and you have never seen anything like Magic Johnson since Magic Johnson. He played in college, 45 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, if I'd rather they just dump BTN Plus and, go to Peacock or go to, it's frustrating. I can't get on it. I can't even subscribe to it.
See, I didn't have any trouble with BTN Plus when I did it.
I don't know why I can't. I gave him my password, give them my email address, and try to sign on, and they say you're already there's somebody already there. So then I tried to give them Jan's, and they won't accept that. I don't know. It's frustrating.
Well, I would think so.
Yeah,
that would be frustrating. I personally didn't have any trouble, but that doesn't mean others don't.
I thought I saw a car going down though, but
he's going to drive here.
Well, yeah.
Why isn't he running?
Well, he's not a distance runner; he's a sprinter. And there's a cat sitting out there waiting for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully, cat will be friendly. Although he's fast enough to where he could run away from the cat.
Oh yeah.
But that's not what we need.
The cat could try to run away from him, and he'd grab him by the scruff of the neck.
We don't need Iowa student athletes being attacked by feral cats.
No,
here. That would not be. That would not be good.
It would not be a good look.
The cat will not attack.
No, I've never had. They never pay. I always go up to them, hey, kitty, 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 and they just look at me like, go away.
Yeah.
They just want me to go away.
There's one that will kind of come up.
Is it the one that's got multicolor?
Yeah.
That's the one that's out there now.
Yeah. It'll kind of come up.
The white one wants nothing to do with me.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Not at all.
Like a lot of other white people. Want nothing to do with me.
Well, I don't think the black people.
I don't think they do either.
No.
No, I think general consensus. See, I've united the country on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as tonight, I don't know anything about Missouri Western. I don't know what kind of a test this will be.
No idea.
But it's just going to be fun to see life after Caitlin and Gabby. I wonder if any of them will be there. My guess is they probably will be, some of them.
Well, they were here last weekend, so my guess is...
Although I think Caitlin, I thought I saw some tweet where she's back in Indianapolis practicing, but she could easily drive over. But I could also see Caitlin saying, I don't need to be there for their first.
And she doesn't.
And she doesn't, because then all eyes would be on her, and I think she would know that. Now, if she is there, I'm not criticizing her, but I could see her saying, no, we don't need me there yet. She'll go to a couple games this year, I think.
I'm just excited to see all the newbies.
There he is. He's here.
Good.
Make him run in.
Show him the little 10-yard course you have in our hallway, Pat.
We appreciate you coming out, man. This is... go ahead and grab that chair right there. And I'll tell you, man, people are still talking about that 40. Oh, that was so much fun. I had no idea it was happening. Did you?
Yeah, I knew ahead of time, but yeah, it was great.
No, it was fun. Tom, this is Kalen Walker.
Hi, Kalen. Tom Suter. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Here's your headphones.
Yeah.
And how much
that
more
mic right up to his
So I have this
face.
year, and I potentially could have next year.
That's
too.
okay. When will you find that out?
We're gonna apply for it, and that's when we'll find out.
All right, Kalen, remember when you talk right into the mic. Okay, can you hear everything on? No?
Yeah.
And we've had you on before. We had you on over the phone.
There. Yeah.
Right.
I don't like the over the phone interview.
No, I think
it feels so awkward. I've talked to nobody.
So much
no, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
no, this is weird. I mean, not weird, but no, this is neat. I wish more UI, because we try to get a UI student athlete on every week.
Yeah.
We've been focusing on a lot of the Olympic sports. I mean, the Hawkeye football and bat, they get so much, but we're trying to spread more awareness. There's a lot
That's
of great
awesome.
athletes.
Yeah.
So, Kalen, did you run out here or did you bring a car?
I can't run this far.
Okay, so we've got Kalen. Are we on?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, we have Kalen, Iowa sprinter Kalen Walker, and coming off what has to be maybe the most famous 40-yard dash in Hawkeye sports history?
Without any question, watched by 70,000 plus. So how did that feel, Kalen, to line up there and have 70,000 people watching and you just killed it?
I don't even really know like how to express how it felt. Like, it was almost like an overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
Like I was out there. It was like I was in like third person. I was like out of body experience. It was so incredible. And I was talking to this with some of the football players. They were I have a couple buddies on the football team. I was like, I don't know how you can like do that every week and not just freak out. Like it's insane.
Were
Like,
you nervous?
I was nervous ahead of time. I was nervous to talk. I wasn't even really nervous to run, to be honest with you.
Well, you didn't look nervous. You freaking nailed it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it went really well.
So did you give your absolute best?
I did my best.
Okay.
Yep.
When you saw the time, what were you thinking? Was it 4-1? I know
4:15.
4:15. When you saw that, were you like, whoa?
Well, I didn't even see it. I just heard it over the
public address.
Yeah. And I almost didn't even believe it at first, but I don't really ever run 40s.
That's what I was going to ask. That's not a distance you guys do.
Yeah, so I didn't really even know what to expect. But yeah, once I heard that, it's just a overwhelming amount of emotion, and then I was so hyped with the crowd cheering me on and stuff. Hawkeye Nation was incredible. I love it so much.
And it's great for your sport too. I mean, we were talking. One of my frustrations with track and field in college is I would love to see like a quad meet between Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Wisconsin, like on a Friday night in Iowa City. But the sport's not set up that way. Does it? Yeah. That's frustrating to me. So this is a good way for you to bring exposure to you and the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I've talked to my coach about that some too. I just getting some like meets like around here, like going to Drake Relay, like bringing the whole team to like Drake Relays or something. Yeah. That's something we could do, or like. I talked to him about possibly like setting like a dual meet with like Iowa State or something, like a Cyhawk. Yeah,
great.
That would be sweet. Yeah. And just have like a little trophy for it or something.
So why can't they do that?
I don't know. I think we're so far away from like revenue generating, like getting to the point where we're like a revenue generating sport where I guess they don't really see the point in doing that.
But does it cost? But it also seems like you're always preparing for something down the road.
Exactly.
Well, we've got this half of our teams out here because we're prepping up for Big Tens or we're prepping up for Drake. It seems like there's stuff down the road that kind of takes away from the moment.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I don't think a lot of people understand. I know I didn't understand this until I really got into like running track. Is you can only run fast for a certain amount of time, like maybe like a few times a year, right? So if you stay at like your peak for the year, like if you keep running your best time every time, then eventually you're going to get hurt. Like the risk of injury is like really, really high while you're up there.
Okay.
So like for the Olympics, those guys won't run anything close to that until the Olympics.
Okay.
They'll be like training heavy so that they'll be loaded up. They won't run that fast. It's easier on their bodies so they can get to the meet and then run it there.
Well, how many days a year, if you estimate 365, do you at least once during the course of the day run at complete full speed in something, whether a meet, practice? How often do you do that? So
we're running pretty close to full speed around like 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay, so more times than not, you're not running at full speed. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're loaded up with training, like we're sore or whatever. But yeah, when we're like pulled back and just saving all of our juice for this one run, we maybe do that twice a year, 3 times a year.
So for last Saturday's run, did you do something special to get ready for that? I mean, did you change your regimen up a little bit to get ready for that particular run?
It actually worked out really well. So in the fall, we normally have like our training cycles, and then we'll test just to see where everybody's at. We were actually testing like that week.
Okay.
So it worked out really well. We had just gotten done with the training cycle, and we kind of just took it easy a little bit to feel good for testing, which for me was just the 40-yard dash. So yeah, I was feeling really good for that day. We pulled back a little bit and just feel good for it. So
when were you approached to do the run.
The origin is, how did it come to be?
Well, so it was my dad's idea originally.
Really?
And yeah, it was really cool. Yeah. So I had done some field experience. I was like working some football games for my major. It was required that we do field experience, like a certain amount. It was like 130 hours of field experience. It was ridiculous.
When
Like
you
one
say field
semester.
experience, what does that mean?
Just like working in. So my major was sports and recreation management.
Okay.
So working in that field.
I
So
see. Okay.
Just wherever it may be, and they offered a course on campus that like let us work the games and get field experience for that. So I had met some like of the management staff from that, and I had talked to them about it like briefly, and then they had sent me over to Brian Clark, who is the director. You know him?
I sure do.
Yeah, he's the director of marketing. So cool. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Great guy. Yeah, and he thought it was a really good idea, and they did a really good job. And they were just as on board with it as I was. They were excited for it, and they did a really good job planning it, and they had a lot of really good ideas
to
make
cool.
it happen.
I'm going to ask you, who on the Iowa football team gives you your closest race in a 40-yard dash?
I will say, Caden Weejan, we ran against each other in high school. He would beat me all the time.
Really?
We would go back and forth.
I know he's fast, don't get me wrong, but you're world class. So that's interesting you say that. Did you expect to be where you are right now? Did you know you were this fast back when you were maybe losing some races in high school? What's gone on? How do you attribute this?
No, I had no idea this was in store for me, honestly. I didn't even win a race, not even like middle school. I didn't win a race until I was like a junior in high school. Anything. Like relays, like the middle school like fun days. Nothing.
And there's always one or two kids in the middle school that are always the fastest.
I know it. And I was at like a small school too. I still wasn't.
So what
best.
happened? I mean,
I don't know. I just I think maybe it was a little bit of like being a late bloomer, a little bit, and then also I mean it took a lot of consistency and hard work and dedication. I know I've been working really hard at this for probably like 6 years now, and I mean that's pretty much me waking up every day, and like pretty much every decision I make revolves around me getting faster.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that's just I don't know, that's what I have a passion for. That's what I like to do. And I like to see myself improve. I like to see the time drop, and I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool to hear the feedback when people see like my times, and they're like, they just kind of inspired to like chase their own dreams.
Sure.
And I really like all that stuff, so it just kind of motivates me to get better every day.
I know when we had you on the first time, what's your best 100? Is it 10:09?
Right now, yeah.
I mean, you're approaching. You set a goal is to break 10. I mean, not many people can even think about doing something like that. Do you set goals? Is that part of it? The process, setting goals like that, long-term goals that just kind of push you every day?
Mm-hmm. I don't do anything without goals.
Okay.
I don't step foot on the track. I don't go into the weight room without goals for either that session or just like a long-term goal for like an end goal.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really good. I think whatever you do, like if you want to run a radio station or if you want to, play in the band or whatever it is, you should have a goal, something to chase, something to fight for.
You bet.
And, that's going to have obstacles, and you're going to have to, like think of how am I going to do this? You're going to have a plan. But you just need to kind of know where you're going and just kind of, direct the tunnel.
And at your level, everyone's good. It seems like with sprints, you do one little tiny thing wrong. It can be the difference of finishing first or third or fourth. That's a lot of pressure. But how do you manage that?
It's hard to manage it, and that's a lot of the beauty, and especially for the 40-yard dash, that was probably the most pressure I've had, I think, because it was only 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And I only got one chance at it, and it was literally I won't run in front of that many people until maybe like the Olympic finals, if I ever make it there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of pressure, but that's what we do every time. Like we have one chance to do it. If we mess it up, then pretty much the whole trip was for nothing.
So what would it have been like for you if you'd put up a 4.83? Well, I mean, it could happen.
Yeah. Well, even if I would have ran 4.28, say that, I don't know. I think my reputation and would have, like my stock would have dropped quite a bit. I think. I think it was honestly risking a lot more than I gained. I feel like.
Oh, I think that's part of what made it cool, though.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, so I don't want to like brag or anything.
Well, go ahead. You've earned the right
brag
to
away.
brag away. I mean,
I feel like I have one of the best starts in the world.
well, your start then was perfect.
Yeah. So I feel like I would run one of the better 40-yard dashes out of literally anybody in the world. If I went out there and didn't run as fast as some of these football players, then I feel like the track community would, I don't know.
Disown
you? Oh, yeah, no.
I don't know about disown me, but
no, we know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pressure.
Sure.
Like the Tyreek Hill and Noah Lyles debate, it kind of sparked that back up too.
Yeah.
If I would have lost, then there would have been
Noah Lyles wins that race.
Oh, for sure.
No, it's not
For
even.
sure.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's football. I get he's really fast.
All right, what happens if you have to run in pads?
Well, that's different. Tyreek Hill would obviously be.
I would think he would win then because
But
he's
just in
used to
pure
it.
speed, though, Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's honestly, for a straight line, it's not even close. If you had one turn in there, Tyreek Hill's destroying him. But
really,
oh, yeah. If you go 10 yards down this way, 30 yards down this way.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, just one turn anywhere.
So the turn changes the whole
His change
equation.
direction is ridiculous. Like what football players do is insane, especially at their weight. Like I weigh 150 pounds. So like for me to do this, I always tell like the football players, they'll be like, how do you do that? I was like, well, if you weighed 150 pounds, you probably could get close to that too. But
that's interesting. You got a lot of respect for Caden Weechin, what he's doing. You know, he came there as a walk-on.
JUCO guy too.
Yeah.
I've been good friends with him this whole entire process. I followed his whole journey. We followed each other, and it's been really cool. I love that guy so much.
So how great was it to see him take one to the house last week?
Oh, so satisfying. I actually didn't even get to see it. I had just gotten off the field.
Oh yeah, it happened earlier.
It happened literally right away in the second half. But he had a couple touchdowns taken back, and I know. I just wish we got him the ball more.
Well,
yeah, we all do.
Gosh, I know it.
I wish they would figure out a way to get him more involved in the passing offense because he is their most explosive receiver.
I do. I'll vouch for that until I die.
So you grew up in, for our listeners, a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Eddyville, Iowa.
Okay,
so
that's right.
Small town Iowa.
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of like southeast Iowa. It's by Ottumwa, if people know where that's at. A little bit better
And did you play football in high school?
I did. Yeah, I played
wide receiver, D-back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I never came off the field. Yep.
Were you pretty good?
I like to think I was pretty good.
And how much was your
like
speed? Obviously, your speed was your biggest weapon, I would assume.
Yeah. Well, I like to think that I had a pretty good side to side. Like feel like I was pretty shifty too.
Okay.
I was the same way in basketball and even in baseball too. I just had that one cut or that stop and go.
So you played everything.
I played everything.
Do you think maybe that's one of the reasons you didn't excel as much in track is that you just weren't focusing on it yet?
Yeah, maybe. But I also think that there's a lot of pros to it too.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
you only go to high school once.
That's right. I really enjoyed it. I love all those sports. Like today, I'm about to go hit batting practice with some of the baseball players tonight.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
neat.
That's
yeah,
cool.
I love doing that stuff. Hitting batting practice is one of my favorite things to do.
Okay.
So, and I have so many good memories playing those sports.
What position in baseball? Center field?
Center field. I played everywhere.
Everywhere?
So
Okay.
I feel like I was pretty good at middle infield. I got stuck in the outfield.
Did you steal a lot of bases?
Yeah, I was on pace to break the steals record, the state steals record.
That's not bad.
No, that is cool.
But
And I can just tell you
stuff.
love being a Hawkeye, don't you?
Oh my gosh.
What does that mean to you?
It's kind of the same. I just overwhelmed. I love it so much. Like ever since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a Hawkeye. Like both my parents went here. Both my sisters are in the band here. I guarantee you, my youngest sister, she's going to be here too. It's so cool, and my parents just love it so much. They think the world of it. I know, a lot of the people back home, they just take so much pride in
sure they do.
me
Sure
being
they
up
do.
here. And I know every single day I'm always thinking of what I can do to help the team. Like I want to be so team first. I just love being here. I want to make a positive impact on the program. I just love it so much.
Is
Just love being a
NIL a
Hawkeye.
big thing yet? And
Yeah,
track?
I mean, so it's interesting. Like in the SEC, it really is. Like so, what happens is the NIL money gets pooled up into this, and it gets divvied out
okay.
to different sports. That's what happens in the SEC. But for Iowa, it gets thrown to football and basketball. Like, that's not a bad thing, but that's just how it is. Like, if you want to give money, if money gets thrown to track, it has to be like
Designated.
You donate
Designated,
it
yes.
to track.
Okay.
If you don't do that, it just gets thrown into football. So we don't really get much right now. And I tried to make a post about it after I ran the 40-yard dash. Hopefully get some people
I
to
would
donate.
imagine that.
I would think that would have been.
I would love to be able to help you out in that
absolutely.
regard. No, I think there's got to be some opportunities out there for anyone who's listening. We got a lot of listeners.
So can I imagine your phone blew up after your race and you got 800 people from Eddyville saying, "Man, that was incredible."
Yeah, my phone's still blowing up.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, it's been posted everywhere. I know Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco talked about it on their podcast.
I heard that.
Saw that.
Fantastic.
I know I've had a lot of pretty cool people follow me on Instagram. I've had Usain Bolt like my post last night.
Really?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Greatest
I had
ever.
Adrian Peterson like my post.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So, okay, you've got at least one more year left. You said you're going to try to appeal for. What are your? I mean, obviously, Big Ten championships. Just talk about what do you think you can accomplish before you're done? You've already done so much.
Yeah. So this year, I really want a national record, and I think my best chance of that is in the 60-meter dash.
And you got second in the NCAA last year.
That's right. I think I'm like 13th.
Is the person who
all-time
beat you
right now.
back, or are they gone?
They're gone.
Okay.
They're gone. They're pro. So
Okay.
all those guys are Olympians too. So it's a little weird because so for the U.S. it's way harder to make it for everybody else. Oh, than everybody else, I should say. Like there's so many fast people in the U.S. So a lot of these guys that I'm competing against in like the national final are like from other countries, like Nigeria or like South Africa or like Europe, somewhere in Europe. So they'll all be at the Olympics because their countries are a little bit less,
less competition.
Yeah, exactly. Where like if I make the team, then I'm pushing to get a medal. Like there's no way, like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we saw how the U.S. dominates the sprints.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the 100, 200, the relays. It's
That's
incredible.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, and Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica's good too.
So that's the ultimate goal, the Olympics, like it is for.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How often do you think about that? I know you got to live in the moment, but do you ever give yourself time to think down the road?
I try not to.
Okay.
I try
That
to
makes
just
sense.
take it one step at a time. Just make sure I'm improving every day. I think if I wake up every day and I improve a little bit, I can just keep chipping away
Sure.
at that. And it doesn't look like such a big task.
There you go. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of keep everything simple and perspective. I know we probably asked you, how big is diet with you? Can you eat whatever you want with the amount of calories you're burning? Are you really particular?
So for me, it's really about what makes me feel good. Like
pizza?
Pizza doesn't really like
steak.
It's a little bit more greasy.
Okay.
I like steak a lot.
Okay.
It depends what it is. Like if I have a big workout or a meet the next day, I'll get a steak, like a big protein meal, big calorie meal.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah, but if I'm about to go work out or something, I'll just get something super light, like a sandwich.
Okay.
Or like just something super light because like if I eat like the pizza, I would throw that up so fast.
Well, I'm curious. Let's say you got competition starts at 1 PM. How much do you eat prior to that in the morning? Do you put much in your system before you're going to go run sprints and stuff at a meet?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I try to get a good breakfast and maybe some snacks, but then I'm already running. Like before my 40-yard dash, I had breakfast and like maybe a snack.
Okay.
Like a protein bar or something, and then I went and ran.
So what was your breakfast?
It was some like protein waffles. and,
Okay.
Like some orange juice maybe.
So when did you start to get to the stadium? When did you start to really get nervous? Or I don't know if nervous is the right word, but when you explain like the routine, when did you get to the stadium and how long you stretched and whatever? What all did you do before you actually got down there and then boom?
So we got there, I don't know, like 2:30 maybe. We got to the track. So the indoor track's right by the football.
It's
That's
really
where we
nice
warmed up.
too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Really nice.
We're so lucky to have that.
Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
So we were warmed up there, and so we're pretty much going off of like how the game flows a little bit. So like they told us to be out there 10 minutes left in the second half.
Okay.
So we're watching the game, and we're trying to warm up at the same time. And I was trying to get good video of it, and we posted the video of like the background if you guys are interested in it. It's up on like Instagram and
Okay.
my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel too.
Okay.
So if you were interested, that's there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we were trying to get good video of it. I was trying to talk to the camera and warm up and try to focus at the same time. And then when it got close to 10 minutes, we walked over to the stadium. We went.
Do you remember what you were thinking during that walk? Were you thinking of anything specific?
I was freaking out a little bit. I was thinking about what I was going to say in the interview, honestly. I just did not want to stumble over my words so bad. We got out there. We went down into the tunnel. I know right as soon as I got out there, I think we had scored a touchdown.
Mhm.
So the stadium was loud.
Rocking.
And they were
Yeah.
doing the,
Oh, it was. No, it was
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was so loud, and it was sweet. You got to go see the video. 'Cause
I will. No, I want to check it
There's
out.
like a video of me like walking into the stadium, like onto the field.
Okay.
While that's going on, and it's so.
No, I
cool.
definitely want to check
So
that out.
how many gram followers do you have? Instagram followers?
I think 85, 86 right now.
Yeah.
I have to check.
So did you get any kind of a jump from Saturday?
Yeah, I've probably gotten maybe 5,000, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's still going up too.
So when you're in those brief 4 seconds, when you're running that, did you know? Yeah, this is working. When you hit that finish line, did you know? Yeah, I did what I needed to do. Or do you ever go faster than you think or slower than you think when you turn around and look?
It's hard to tell
Uh-huh.
because sometimes you'll feel like you ran faster, but it was actually slower.
Okay.
So it's all about efficiency and how you executed the race. I felt like I did well, but it's impossible to know until you
Sure.
see the time. So I felt good. I was so juiced. As soon as I
Oh,
saw
you could
the
tell.
crowd,
Yeah.
I was ready to go. I know my dad and stuff, they were talking about how there was Herky and the cheerleaders. I didn't see any cheerleaders. I didn't see Herky. I didn't even know he was out there. That's a lie.
So when you heard it was 415, did you say, wow?
Yeah, if you go watch the video, I was like, 415. No way. I just put my hands on my head and I was like, oh my gosh.
I think I saw part of that. I wonder, can you take stuff off of YouTube and put part of it? I swear I think I saw part of that on Twitter.
Yeah, it was posted everywhere.
Okay, I see. No, I'm going to go. Definitely want to. I want to check that. No,
Yeah,
the whole thing,
really cool video.
The whole thing was
Yeah.
really cool. Before we wrap up, we really do appreciate you coming out here. This is fun. And Joe, the fact that Iowa track is good right now. I've been here a long time. There's been years when Iowa track hasn't been good.
For sure.
But you guys, this program, Larry Wazorek, and then handing it over to Joey. The fact that you guys are good and there's expectations team-wise too, doesn't that make this almost more fun?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. We have everybody on our team, high quality people. The culture is amazing. Everybody gets up and works their butts off every day. I know a lot of them don't get the recognition they probably deserve, but it's incredible to be a part of that. And I know we're going to be really, really good this year. So
well, it looks
awesome.
Like it. It looks
Look
like,
forward
so
to it.
When's your first competition? When does the indoor season start?
So our indoor season starts December 14th. That's our
Okay.
first meet. Our first 4 meets are home.
Okay.
So yeah, so December 14th and in January is the next one, and there's 3 meets in January, and then there'll be another one in probably late February, I think.
Okay. Can I assume, do most sprinters and track athletes, obviously they like the outdoor season more than indoor, right? Or are there some that are better indoor than they are outdoor and like that better?
Well, I think most people like outdoor better because it's more marketable and
Sure.
people pay attention to it more.
Mhm.
It's just more fun too.
Mhm.
I think I like the indoors. I think the 60-meter kind of applies to
Your
my
strength?
style.
Yeah.
So that's just my strength. Yeah.
Okay.
So I enjoy it a lot. I like the outdoors a lot better too. So
And then I assume your goal is professional. I know we talk Olympics, professional track. Do you want to take track as long as you can? Is that kind of?
yeah, I at least want to try to make the Olympics in
Okay.
28.
28.
I know this might make some people excited. I really, really want to try to put on 30 pounds and try to make it at least on some practice squad somewhere in the NFL. Or
well, Tom, I'm sure. What do you think Iowa fans are saying? Why don't you put that 30 pounds on now and join the
Let's
football?
see how you do, Kalen.
Because when somebody from Iowa tweeted they put up the race on Twitter or X, And sure enough, the first 8 or 9, can he catch? Can he play? It was funny. I mean, because, Iowa would love to have, everybody would love to have a wide receiver that can run a 4.15, but that's interesting. So that is something you're going to consider.
I've been really interested in that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I love football so much.
Has anyone from the football program approached you at all? Or have
From the
you
Iowa football
let
program?
them know that you're interested?
No, I haven't had anybody, seriously approach me.
So would
about
it be
anything.
too hard to do both at Iowa, weight-wise, the weight you'd have to put on to play football to keep that speed and track?
Yeah.
Can you do that at Iowa?
There's some guys that try to do both,
Mhm.
and
Well, Tim Dwight.
Yeah. It's just hard to be elite at both.
No,
Tim Dwight
sure.
was, probably as good as it gets with that.
Mhm.
If I did that, then I'm probably not winning a national title this year.
I see what you mean.
It's you can probably still make the national meet, and you probably still do pretty well at it, but you're not winning.
Well, the
it's
fact
just-
that Tim
at that point, everybody's
You have
waking
to
up
have
every
that
day
laser-
and they're thinking about this.
And I'm sure
focus.
Tim's
Yeah.
commitment to football probably kind of limited his ceiling in track too. I know he won the big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's tough to do both. But hey, man, this has been a lot of fun.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having fun too.
We're gonna have fun monitoring you guys. I think this is gonna be fun watching Iowa track these next couple of years. And hey, I just wanted to. Shake your hand again, Tom.
I appreciate
else?
it. Good luck,
We
Kalen.
already
Thank
asked
you
you
so
the
much.
last time. The last time you were on, we asked you.
We asked you who you would hire to fill up Kinnick Stadium.
Oh, that was a terrible answer.
Who did you answer?
I don't even want to say. I was I think I said I would have our coach sing karaoke or something. It was something so stupid like that. I'm
this
so
is your
embarrassed
chance.
after I
This is your
said that.
chance to redeem yourself.
Oh my gosh.
This is your chance to redeem yourself.
I didn't even think about this coming in. Oh.
Well, we just had Kennedy Blades and her sister on, the wrestler, and Kennedy picked Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, which was a curious answer.
And your answer, your first one, is Spencer Lee has the worst one, right?
Spencer
we
Lee
say
had
it in a friendly way.
Oh, and
his
how
was
is that even worse?
theme song from Pokemon.
From Pokemon. Yeah, that's not going to fill the stadium.
That's
all right. Here's your chance.
So you have a chance. This is your chance to erase the memory of a bad. It was not a race, but it was a
Like
bad
getting a false start. You're
Yes.
erasing the false start with this. So who do you got?
Yeah, I should just go easy answer. Just say Iowa football game.
Or
I gotta
Taylor
be creative.
Swift.
Be
or-
creative. I gotta be creative.
Who's
yeah.
your favorite artist?
I like John Party. I like John Party a lot.
John Party.
Do you think he'd fill up the stadium?
No.
I don't.
What
either.
what is he style? Country?
Country.
Country.
Yeah, it's country.
Okay.
Yeah, really nice country.
How about we get a lot of Zach Combs.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of
Luke
him.
Combs.
Luke Combs. I'm
Combs?
sorry, my bad. God, I sound like Luke Combs. We've had a
Really?
lot. Yeah, we've had. Well, I think with the fast
With
car.
the fast car, yeah.
I think he's popular right now. We've had Morgan Wallen. We've had Drake. We've had
Taylor
all
Swift.
sorts. Yeah, we've had some Taylor. Not as much as we thought we'd.
No.
Get. We thought we'd get a ton of Taylor Swift.
Springsteen.
We've had
Bruce
some,
Springsteen.
Well, they had
That's-
Coach Ferentz and Coach McCaffrey both. I can't remember who Joey Woody picked. I remember
I can't either.
I cannot remember.
He was on here?
Oh yeah, we've had Joey. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And anytime we have you on for the first time, whether coach or athlete, we always end it with that since we're a radio station, and we've had some fun answers. But no, if you want to go, I mean, that's I'll have to do a Google.
That's
on
the
this.
safe answer.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay. Well, you see, you wouldn't have to open up the whole stadium, just one small section, and you did fill up.
John Party is good.
Well, then you could
John
also,
Party is good.
You
I
could
would
also promise to run a 40-yard dash to bring.
Yeah, exactly. A duel. You know.
Yeah, no, I'll listen to it. I'm always
double
going to
halftime
listen to
show.
music.
Yeah,
But
John
listen,
Party's
hey,
so good. Yeah.
All right, Kalen, thank you so
Now
much.
you're going to batting practice right now. Where are you going to do that?
No, I'm gonna go to practice. I'm doing batting practice tonight with some of the guys. I think Andy Nelson will probably be there.
from
Yeah,
Illinois
Merrick
outfielder,
Matthews will
very
probably be
good.
there.
Okay.
Some other guys probably.
Okay.
Do you want to know how to put on 30 pounds? You can hang around here.
Yeah.
Maybe I can borrow some from you guys.
Yeah, we can definitely give you advice on that.
Hey, if we could, man, we'd line up for you. All right, thanks, Kalen.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate
All right.
Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
I'm meteorologist Brittany Merlot. Scattered showers and storms rolling through this afternoon, and some could be strong to severe, producing gusty winds, torrential downpour, and even a tornado or two is possible. We're looking at around a half an inch of rain tonight and around 1 to 2 inches of rain overnight. Rain lingers through tomorrow afternoon as winds become blustery, crashing our temperatures. That's the forecast on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Currently, it's 69 degrees.
Check out the best source for your Iowa City area high school sports coverage. Go to yourprepsports.com. Hi, this is Pat Harty. City High, West High, Liberty High, Regina, West Branch, Solon, Clear Creek, Amana. Your Prep Sports has all the boys and girls high school sports you crave. You'll get free, in-depth reporting from dedicated sports journalists on your favorite teams: football, basketball, golf, volleyball, track, softball, and baseball seasons. Profiles, pictures, video, and more. Get in on the action. Go to yourprepsports.com today and spread the word.
Now is the perfect time to order your company or team T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats from the T-Shirt Mill. Not only will you get the highest quality products, you'll also feel good knowing that you're shopping locally by using the T-Shirt Mill. Raise money for your team or organization by using their online store at tshirtmill-ic.com. They deliver and offer hassle-free ordering. The T-Shirt Mill is celebrating over 28 years in business. The T-Shirt Mill takes pride in getting the job done right the first time. Call Brian Miller at 319-430-9393. That's 319-430-9393, or visit tshirtmill-ic.com or find them on Facebook.
Enjoy the finest Asian food in eastern Iowa at Oriza in Iowa City. Choose from a wide variety of Vietnamese, Thai, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese dishes, all prepared with the finest ingredients. Their egg rolls are a local favorite, and the Favorito continues to be a unique treat. Plenty of vegetarian options and a laid-back atmosphere for a pleasant dining experience. Or take it to go. Oriza Asian Cuisine. Open 7 days a week at 11. Get their full menu at ArizaIC.com. Ariza on Sturgis Corner Drive in Iowa City.
Who? Kraken's Grill. What? Great hand-breaded tenderloins and corn dogs, burgers, hot dogs, salads, wraps, and ice cream.
Where?
Across from Regina.
When?
Open Monday at 3 and Tuesday through Saturday at 11.
Why?
Because everything's delicious. Kraken's Grill, open for dine-in or carry-out, now with indoor and outdoor seating. Order online for pickup or delivery. Come get your fill. And the Kraken is still tied up in the back.
Hi, this is John Lundell from Woodcraft in Iowa City, and it's time to kick off those projects you've been putting off. Woodcraft has money-saving specials all through the store, and if you can't decide what to get, one of Woodcraft's talented professionals will aid you in your selection. You will find great products from some of your favorite manufacturers like SawStop, Festool, Laguna, Powermatic, and Jet, just to name a few. So as the weather cools, come to Woodcraft in Iowa City as the deals heat up. Whatever your project is, Woodcraft will help you make it better. Visit Woodcraft, 3 Escort Lane in Iowa City, or call 319-483-6735. Woodcraft, helping you make wood work.
Your life is always changing, and a lot of things can affect how and what you save. So a good retirement plan changes with your life. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. So start a conversation today. Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far. For information locally, call 338-3799 or 866-217-2369, or stop by 501 12th Avenue, Suite 201, Coralville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC.
El Señor Cactus in Iowa City invites you to enjoy the best authentic Mexican cuisine. El Señor Cactus has brought you the unique tastes of Mexico with dishes such as the Burrito Cactus, the Chimichanga Special, and Taco Tuesdays, featuring beef and chicken tacos. El Señor Cactus is now serving all new half-pound beef burgers, featuring the Chori, Mister, and Deli Burgers, all served with French fries for only $12.99. A party room is also available for personal or corporate events. El Señor Cactus, located at 1534 South Gilbert Street in Iowa City. Full menu options are online at elsenorcactus.com. Let El Señor Cactus serve you with the friendliest service and most delicious Mexican food.
Auto Toys of Iowa City has just what you need to protect your truck for work or play with quality spray-on bed liners. Plus, Auto Toys has a full line of ARE truck toppers, Truxino tonneau covers, and WeatherTech floor mats. When you want quality truck accessories, see Auto Toys of Iowa City. Visit their showroom at 4165 Alyssa Court, featuring a full line of Nerf bars, running boards, mud flaps, and more. Check out their website at AutoYZ.com for details. Auto Toys of Iowa City, family owned and operated.
It's not too late and certainly not too early to ask yourself, who's in charge of Thanksgiving dinner this year? If the answer is you, call the Bread Garden Market in downtown Iowa City for a little help in the kitchen. The Bread Garden Market Thanksgiving meal for 6 is made in their kitchen, so yours stays clean. Select from a hot dinner ready to go, or grab a take-and-bake meal to pop into your oven at home. Your guests will enjoy herb-marinated turkey breast, turkey gravy, sausage stuffing, mashed potatoes, scalloped corn casserole, green beans with caramelized onions, kale salad, cranberry sauce, Hawaiian rolls, and your choice of pie. A la carte items are available. The deadline to order is November 22nd at noon, or until dinners are sold out. Reserve your turkey time today and call the Bread Garden Market at 319-354-4246 or visit them at breadgardenmarket.com.
I mean, you say
Okay, we are back.
30 years ago.
We are back. We're back.
Someone like
Back.
So who's some of the bands that are popular
Who's
now,
a
would you
popular
say?
rock band? Because we've been overwhelmed by how
Imagine
many...
Dragons is pretty
Yeah.
popular.
Because
Train.
Because most of these answers have been country from these Iowa athletes.
Yeah.
But it makes me think it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of popular rock bands. I know there's a lot of country bands, pop, but rock bands.
The rock bands are still the same bands they were in the 80s.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
90s.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not a good thing.
Because I mentioned like Counting Crows. Well, they're 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Slipknot. Those guys are they're my age.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Slipknot, those guys are in their 50s, aren't they? 50s?
About that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No,
Mia text, she's heard of John Party. Remember, she gave us Tyler Childers. And
Yeah.
we ripped that too. They're going to stop answering our questions.
Party
because
is not going to do
we're making fun of everybody
No.
who answers their questions.
No, I was right. We close off the stadium except for one section, and
Yeah.
that would be that.
You humiliated him. Mia too.
I don't know that he's humiliated.
He was a good kid, wasn't he? That was fun. That was
great interview.
That was a fun interview.
Great kid.
And I appreciate the fact that he wanted to come out here and just experience it.
No, he's great.
Great kid, and he is pretty fast. And I wish there is a way that we could help them cash in NIL, man. I think the kid earns it, deserves it.
He does.
No, that was good. Both interviews.
Yeah, no, both. And I appreciate Iowa people, Matt Weitzel. Let's see, and I believe it was Sam Basler. I hope I get the name right. I know John Leo's helped us do a lot of these interviews, people over at Iowa Sports Information. We really appreciate it, and I know our listeners enjoy it because I've had a lot of people tell me that they really think it's cool.
Well, let's listen to the weather because we always like to hear.
Yes, can we hear?
Let's hear the
We
weather.
should have let
Was it Brittany?
We
Yeah.
we
All
should
right.
have let Kalen hear her too. He would have appreciated it. Let's hear it.
Meteorologist Brittany Merlot. Scattered showers and storms rolling through this afternoon, and some could be strong to severe, producing gusty winds, torrential downpour, and even a tornado or two is possible. We're looking at around a half an inch of rain tonight and around 1 to 2 inches of rain overnight. Rain
Wow.
lingers through tomorrow afternoon as winds become blustery, crashing our temperatures. That's the forecast on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Currently, it's 69 degrees.
It's going to crash.
Blustery and
good
crashing. Her
work.
verbs are incredible.
Good work, Brittany.
I think she might fill Kinnick Stadium. That's
Well,
been my
I'd buy a
choice.
ticket.
I mean, to hear her do Weathercast with Phil Kinnick.
Yeah.
You have Kalen running 40-yard dashes and her doing weather. I think the stadium's packed.
There you go.
So we really do have a ton of rain coming.
Yeah,
It sounds like it.
Yeah. Crashing our temperatures.
Yeah. We got a little bit of rain this morning, not much.
Love that.
Did we get a little bit of rain last night? Because when I woke up, the street looked wet.
I don't know. I had my air conditioner on last night.
God, it was so humid yesterday.
It was 82 in the house.
But it was not just that. It was the humidity yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, at 7:30 in the morning yesterday, it was sticky out.
Oh, it was.
I kept having to remind myself that it was, what, October 29th? Or what's today, the 30th?
30th.
30th, yeah.
And then tomorrow's trick or treat.
Yeah.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat.
Hello.
That's the joke we used to say in Beaverdale.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. It's John Ballmer.
Hi, John.
Hey, John.
Calling in on the World Series. I was practically waving the white flag last night after that first inning with Freeman's home run. But as the immortal words of Yogi Berra, it ain't over till it's over.
That's true. There you go. 3 more
We got a
times.
big mountain to climb. There's no question about it. I reached out to Rex already to let him know I know we might not make it, but we'd like to make it interesting. Anyway.
Well, the mountain's been climbed before.
You win one more than it's interesting because then the pressure starts to shift a little bit.
Well, I think so too. And this is key tonight. Obviously, they got to win tonight. If they can get the series back in L.A., then anything's all.
Yeah, anything can happen. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they finally got scored some runs. You know, they've been just their run production has been terrible, and
yep.
Judge is still not hitting very well.
He's not striking out a lot.
Oh my God! You'd think he's never hit before.
That's the thing about baseball, though, man. It is such a humbling sport. I mean, it's the hardest sport to play.
Well, look at Freeman. That's 6 World Series games in a row that he's hit a home run.
Well, what's different?
Never been done
and
before.
What's different, like basketball? I mean, Kevin Durant. Rarely are you going to see a game where Kevin Durant goes 2 of 30, whereas that's what Judge is going through right now.
But that happened with.
It happens every once in a while, but not often.
Happened to Sabrina Ionescu.
She did, and they
the
won.
Final, and they
but
won
baseball, though, man, there's just so much failure involved.
Oh yeah, well, and of course the focus and limelight is on him.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Johnny, and of course neither one of them's really lighting it up. But,
no.
Freeman is when he hit that last night. I thought, is this for real?
That's 6 games in a row with a home run,
It's
right?
incredible, yeah.
Yeah.
First inning.
Unprecedented, incredible.
Well, it should be. I hope it goes further. I'm sure the media would love it to go further too.
So you going to the women's? Are you going to the women's
go.
game tonight, or are you going to stay home and watch that?
We'll probably be staying home watching the game.
All right. No,
This is just an exhibition.
It's just an exhibition.
What did you think of the fan grabbing the ball out of?
Well, they're morons. I mean, let's face it. They I'm sure he got ejected. You know, I don't know what it is with people.
He got banned.
They know what's going to happen to him.
Well, he made an effort to disrupt. There's been times where I think fans just in their reaction, you'll see he made an effort to try to get that ball to disrupt that play.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thought he was going to get away with it, it's just so weird.
I remember though a number of years ago when Derek Jeter hit one against Baltimore, and remember that? And
yes.
They ruled that a home run. Oh my God! The Orioles just went nuts.
I do remember that. Yeah.
He was a young kid, and I think he got a free pass to the next game.
So, John, did you hear our interviews this morning with the 2 UI athletes?
No, I missed that.
Oh, they were good.
We had the tail. Yeah, we've got some great young people, don't we?
Yeah, we had Kalen Walker, the kid who ran the 40-yard dash at the football game. He was just on, and he came into the studio for half an hour. We had a great time.
He came in the studio.
He came into the studio. It was his request. He says he doesn't like doing things over the phone, and it was great. And then we had Kennedy Blades, the young up-and-coming Iowa wrestler. She and her sister were both on at the beginning of the show. They were a lot of fun. It's been a fun show. Hopefully our listeners have enjoyed it.
Yeah, you've done a great job with that. Well, we've got women's wrestling tickets, too, because they only got 2 home meets. So,
and Kennedy Blade said she goes out each time to destroy her opponent. That's the word she used, destroy.
That's what we like.
That's what Iowa fans like. Yep.
All right, gentlemen. Well, have a great day. Root for the Yankees, even if you don't like
it. No problem for me.
I was glad they won because Rex would have come on there in his show today and would have been really chesty about it. He probably still will be eventually. So
well, then call in and rip him. Does he take calls, Captain?
He sure does.
Call in and rip him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're pretty good friends.
Well, the more the reason to rip him.
It's not like ripping Captain Steve. All right, guys.
All right, John.
Thanks, Johnny.
See you in Hy-Vee.
Bye. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I often see John either on the trails or at Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
Often see him.
He and his wife Penny are
always walking. And but yeah, I'll watch a little bit of what do we have? Do we have any I think there was a MAC game. This is the time of year when the MAC starts playing like every day of the week.
Oh yeah,
I think there was a MAC game on last night.
There were 3 games last night. Florida International and New Mexico State.
What do you think of Tuesday night football, college?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
I know. What if Iowa ever played on would you like that? An Iowa game on a Tuesday night? Tuesday night in Seattle?
If we had the week off before.
What about Tuesday night in Seattle at 10 o'clock Central Time? Would you like that?
No, but I would watch it.
Would you go?
No.
What about Tuesday night Seattle, 10 o'clock? Would you watch it? You're up 1:30 and then just come straight in here.
It's probably not out of the question.
I say that only half jokingly.
Yeah.
I think there's a point where maybe no day of the week will be off limits. All right, Tom, I'll put you on the spot. Do you think there'll ever be a time where we're watching an Iowa game start at 10 o'clock Pacific Coast? That's 8 o'clock. I do. That's Pacific Coast, 8 o'clock.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Rutgers was on at 11 o'clock their time.
Won't that just be so bizarre?
But, yeah, sure it will happen.
No, I know. I kind of asked it as a rhetorical question. It's inevitable. I mean, we're already at Friday night at 8 o'clock. I mean, that's where we are this year.
Yeah.
UCLA, Friday night at 8 o'clock. That's going to be bizarre in itself. And I still say Iowa's going to have more fans than UCLA in that game.
Yeah, well, I know some of my West Coast family will be going. I think
I'm
they
sure.
got at least 8 people going.
I know some people that live in Arizona that are going.
Yeah.
They're driving up from Arizona. And they've been kind of planning this. And I'm guessing there'll be at least 15 to 20,000 Iowa fans. Don't you think?
I think so. I do.
Yeah, no, and that will help. I mean, because like I said, Iowa's a better team than UCLA, but the better team doesn't always win.
No, I don't.
That game's starting to bug me a little bit.
Well, that
more.
team's got, they've got some talent.
They do, and I've sort of taken that one for granted, and Iowa's now not quite as good as I thought, and I do think UCLA's offense is going to, Iowa's defense was good don't get me wrong, but they've struggled some.
They have.
And UCLA's got the kind of big play guys that can hurt where Iowa struggled this year. Do I still think Iowa's going to win? Yes, but I'm not as confident. What's the most confident game I had left was Northwestern.
Yes.
Maryland, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but Maryland is so schizophrenic, so up and down. The Brian Ferentz factor could come into play on both sides.
Well, the last time we went out to the last time we were at Maryland, and we just killed them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in my head, saying, we can play out there.
Oh, yeah, no, and Maryland's not that good. But my guess is, too, is Brian Ferentz will not be on the field against Iowa. I think he'll be in the press box. I think if he's on the field against Iowa, it would just be too much. And when they made Loxley the play caller, I think what I saw, because I've seen Maryland play 3 times now. The first time Brian was on the field everywhere. Last 2 times he's nowhere to be seen. I'm assuming he's up in the press box since Loxley's now calling plays.
So what if he accidentally went to the wrong huddle, the wrong sideline?
That would be weird. That would be a little weird. Starts yelling at Iowa players. That's going to be a weird week. I bet you that's a week that
they
Kirk
won't put him down on the field.
No, he'll be up in the press box. But I just think that's a week that Kirk's going to want to just get over with, don't you? But they got to win that game. They can't make Kirk will downplay that.
They're going to be focused on the job at hand.
But the media is going to ask a lot about Brian Ferentz.
They will.
It's going to, trust me, it's going to, his Tuesday thing. And what's funny now with these Tuesday press conferences, a lot of the questions keep getting asked over. It was funny yesterday, a question was asked, and the next guy said, hey, so-and-so just took my question, but then he just asked it again, which I thought was kind of funny. So, but no, Brian Ferentz and it's a fair topic. People are going to want to ask about it. I'm guessing the Maryland media will ask. I just don't know how much Maryland media follows football. Like when they come out here, they maybe bring one reporter.
Yeah.
Like the Baltimore Sun will bring somebody out.
Yeah.
But Maryland they're one of the more hard to read teams, and they're like that every year. They end up going like anywhere from 4-8 to 7-5.
And they start strong and then pee down there.
Or then they do that, or you think, oh, they're done, and then wow, did you see Maryland just beat so and so by 30?
Yeah,
they're just hard to read.
Hello.
Hey, Pat, does Pat Fitzgerald go to a lot of Iowa home games?
I have no idea. I know he was there.
But he was there at the last one.
Remember, he's got a son that's committed to Iowa now, too. So there's more reason for him to go to Iowa games. But, I don't know.
Weird to see him wearing Iowa gear.
Well, yeah, but his son is now on Iowa commitment. Quarterback commit, right?
Yeah.
Walk-on.
Uh-huh.
Well, preferred walk-on in the 25 class.
Yeah.
I think it's Ryan. Is his name Ryan?
I believe so.
Do you think he would ever be considered the next Iowa coach?
He may want to be considered the next Iowa coach, but I don't think it would ever happen.
I wouldn't think so.
Not under the circumstances, fair or not. I just don't think it would ever. It'd be too much having to do damage control. Don't you think, Tom?
I think so. But who knows? He's a good coach.
Oh yeah, without the stuff that happened, I think Iowa fans would have loved Pat Fitzgerald 5 years ago, especially so he would stop beating Iowa.
His style is really kind of like ours.
But it didn't end very well there.
No, short passes, control the line of scrimmage. Yes, he did.
I just don't know if Beth would do that.
Probably not.
But no, the reason he's attached to Iowa now is I think there's a lot of respect between him and Kirk, but his kid is now a Iowa commitment. He'll be on you're going to start seeing, unless he starts working again, you're going to start seeing Pat Fitzgerald at more games with his son on the team. I don't know. He's not coaching anywhere right now, is he?
No, I don't
believe
so.
he is. So
I met him after one of the games and shook his hand.
Oh,
talked
very
a little
personal.
Bit, real
very,
nice guy.
very personal. What's interesting too is in college he did not like Iowa. Remember, he broke his leg against Iowa. I don't think he ever accused it being a dirty play. It was not a dirty play. It was just a tough, unfortunate play that happened in football. But Iowa didn't really recruit him. Notre Dame didn't recruit him. Northwestern did, and he played with a chip on his shoulder.
That's good.
He was an Iowa type of guy. I mean,
yes,
he was under-recruited from. I think he went to the same high school my brother-in-law went to, Carl Sandburg High School in Orland Park, Illinois. I think that's where he went, and he played with a chip on his shoulder and ended up beating all the teams that didn't recruit him. They beat Notre Dame, they beat Michigan, they beat Iowa,
Yeah.
They beat all those teams. So, but
Anything
no,
else?
I think we covered it all. And thanks again, Kalen Walker, for coming on, and
Kennedy
Blades,
and Karina Blades.
and for Iowa for helping us set them up. We really enjoyed it, and hopefully our listeners did too.
I hope so too. It was great. All right, hang on. Captain Steve Tommy Lang with police reports next.
Download the new KCJJ